Okay folks, I'm going to show you how to enter course requests for CAP. The first thing you need to do is make sure that on your initial screen you change the year from 1415 to 1516, and when you've done that it will show over here as next year. So make sure you've done that, otherwise you will get nowhere. So when you sit down with a family, you're going to enter the student's last name, and we are going to enter the name of little Gracie Eves. She is the daughter of Mike and Angela, and they both work in the district, and they've agreed to be guinea pigs for us today. So when we click on Gracie's name, remember the first thing we want to do is check the contact information. Once we have done that, we're going to go ahead and look to her course requests, and we're going to click on Student Center, and this page is called the Student Summary page, and that's right there. Next, you click on Scheduling to get to course requests, and then click on course requests, and there they are. I've gone ahead and pre-populated some of the course requests just for the sake of time. Let's go ahead and look at Gracie's course request sheet. So this is her course request sheet that she turned in, and remember, when you sit down and talk with people, you're going to remind them that the final placement for these core classes will be based on their choice, and it'll be based on their grades and their test scores. So Gracie has chosen all pre-AP classes, and that is just fine. So what I did was I took all those classes and I went ahead and wrote them down here. I actually wrote down the wrong code, and I wrote down their codes. This is for your use. You don't have to write down the class name. If you want to just write down the course code, that might help you as well. So I've transferred all of her 4 core classes down here, and the stuff in yellow is what I added. Then the required class section is right here. Everybody who is in 7th grade is going to take keyboarding and a PE class. And so we've got keyboarding here and PE. And so if somebody says, if Gracie had said she wants to take cross country, then that's okay. Once they've gone through the information process and possibly tried out, if they have tryouts, then we will change it from PE to cross country. But initially everybody is in PE. Okay? So those codes are there. And then now I've gone down to the elective section, and we remember that everyone is required to take a fine arts class. So Gracie's obviously not interested in fine arts, so we're just going to take her top class that she's listed, and that is art. Even though it is the last class that she wants, it is a fine art, and you have to have that, so that's right there. So I went ahead and put down art. And then she needs at least one other elective, and if I look at how she's numbered things, she's sporty, so we're going to go ahead and enter the PE code because she can go ahead and take an extra PE if she likes. Then we move on to alternates, and you just go in order by how they've ranked it. 2 was the Intro to Business class, the next one was Intro to Spanish, and then number 4 was Family Consumer Science, and number 5 was GTT, Automation and Robotics. And so those, you can see, are all alternate electives, and you can explain to parents that that is what will be pulled if something happens and she's not able to get into this PE class for some reason, which probably won't happen. But one other thing that you may need to explain to these rising 7th graders is that they take math and English every single day. And so by the time you get through all of your core classes, that really takes up, if we actually had credits, that would take up 6 credits out of 8. And so they only have 2 more spaces, 2 more credits, so to speak, to fill, and one of those is filled by keyboarding and PE. There's one, and then they just have one other credit to fill up an elective space. So not a lot of wiggle room for our 7th graders. And let's go ahead and go back to here, and you can see I've already entered English, Science, Math, and Geography. I entered the art class and the PE class and keyboarding class, and seminar is there for everyone. So I have not entered the second PE class, and what I do is I put it in this box and I hit the down arrow. Oh, I did have that in there. Sorry, that's my bad. I put the wrong one in, put the wrong code in. So I'm going to change that. One thing you're going to see here on the PE is that it's year long. So if somebody does choose PE, this is the only time this happens. If they choose it on the bottom half of the sheet down here on the elective sheet, just like Gracie has, then the code is actually for the entire year, and you can delete this one. And if you just click that and click save, it deletes that one semester class and puts it as a full year. So let's count. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5.5, 6.5, 7.5, 8. So that's what we want, 8 full credits plus seminar. And so now we need to enter her alternates, and I'm going to go ahead and enter those based on the order that she wanted them. And remember that some of the codes that are on the forms that will be brought in will not be correct. The geography codes along with the Intro to Spanish code is not correct, and you will need to use the ones that are on your advisor checklist. Alright, now we've got all the alternates in, but now we need to change them from a regular request to alternate. So I click on the little bubble with an I in it and change into student alternate, and it automatically puts it in sequence. So if you enter them in the order that they want them, it will go ahead and sequence them for you. And this is why I don't hit save until I'm finished with everything, because if I enter everything, then I can just go bam, 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 get those alternates entered, then click save. And when you do that, it once again puts it in order by the course code, so you can see that the alternates are listed there, and they have they're a little bit gray, but it tells you the sequence that they're in, and it tells you if it's a regular request as well. Okay, so that is how you enter course requests, and hopefully the 8th grade, if they come in, all they're going to have is questions. They need to make changes. They need help getting clarification on something. So that is something that you can do by reviewing that information. Thanks.